All right, what is going on? We have the final week of the Fittest of the Coast qualifier workout. So if you guys have been watching these videos, we just wanted to give you guys a huge thank you. Hopefully you guys are in some sort of qualifying position. If not, obviously reach out to us. We would love to help you guys out, maybe kind of get you closer to that cut line or get you above that cut line for this last workout here. So if you guys haven't also, and you've been kind of following along with the water bottle or water gate, or water break kind of things we've been doing. Those t-shirts are only available till the end of Thursday, so tonight. You can pick them up at thickboy.com/blacklisted, or if you go to the storefront, our storefront's on their website. So we'll put a link as well in our email out of this video. So try and get one of those if you can, if you've been following along. So workout this week: 5 wall walks, 18 deadlifts, 6 wall walks, 14 deadlifts, 7 wall walks, 10 cleans, 8 wall walks, and then 6 cleans. So wall walks are going up. Barbell stuff is going down with those deadlifts and cleans. So we have a couple of reminders for you guys in this one. This workout is kind of a bottleneck heavy workout, meaning you're probably just going to get stuck somewhere. And it's just going to be how quickly you can move through that. So bottlenecks are kind of what separate a lot of the elite athletes from the RX or bubble RX athletes, is their ability to just break through those bottlenecks or move through those bottlenecks. In this one, we're going to have a bottleneck on our shoulders, shoulder fatigue, and we're going to have a bottleneck on our low backs, probably more so the low back than the shoulder fatigue. We have kind of hinging up and down on those deadlifts. The wall walks, if you aren't getting into a good position, your low back is also going to be kind of taxed on that if you're kind of arched and overextended going into each wall walk. And then those cleans, we're dropping and catching on each one of those flexion extension of those hips again. So the low back is going to be a pretty big limiter, I think, for a lot of people. At the top level of the sport, you should have the muscular endurance to handle that. So probably looking at a little bit more respiratory endurance and just barbell battery work, how quickly you can pick that barbell back up. But we're going to want to make sure that you guys are getting good warm-ups in for this. And then also, if you plan on retesting, good cool downs in this one too, so that back doesn't completely lock up and seize up on you. If you're testing on Friday, want to retest Monday, you're going to want that back to be as fresh as possible. So to caveat on that, we'll just jump into, we're probably looking at retesting. Our retest time horizon is a little bit longer on this one. So maybe like a Friday and then a Tuesday or Wednesday retest, just to let the kind of central nervous system and battery recharge a little bit. So a couple tips on this one. You're going to want to try and actually pace for those 10 cleans a little bit and not smoke yourself so much on the early round of 18 and round of 14 deadlifts. Those two first rounds of deadlifts and 14, deadlifts at 18 and 14 and the wall walks are really just setting you up for the back half of the workout. And whether you can manage the fatigue on those two rounds to push through on the 10 and the 6 cleans and the 7 and the 8 wall walks. So what we're trying to do actually on this is kind of come out at a pace that you can just kind of move gradually on. The deadlifts don't have to be quick. You can make up a lot of time on your transitions and your wall walk speed on this one. But we're just trying to move at a consistent pace for those first 2 rounds and then start to lay that hammer down on the round of 10 and the round of 6. The other thing that we're wanting to make sure we're trying to do is mitigate some of that pressing fatigue. So if we're slowing the deadlifts down a little bit, if you can kind of rip on the deadlifts, if you slow them down a little bit, you're going to mitigate some of that pressing fatigue for the wall walks as those wall walks go into the round of 7 and 8. If you kind of just hammer on the deadlifts, you're like whatever on them, you're going to build up a little bit more shoulder fatigue because the wall walk density becomes bigger now. And there's a possibility that you could blow up on the wall walks now. So chill if you're good on the bar, kind of take it a little bit more chill on the deadlift so that you can really push the pace on the 7 and 8 wall walks and keep those faster. And then also so you have kind of some battery left for those cleans. They're not a lightweight for the guys, or they're not they're moderately heavyweight for the guys, moderately heavyweight for the women. We'll probably see a pretty big shakeup on the leaderboard this week just because of that, since there hasn't been a real heavy barbell. Elite division will probably stay relatively the same, but that RX division will probably get some pretty big shakeups from this workout. For this one, so I think probably everyone has done the open workout with the 5 wall walks, 50 cal row, 5 wall walks, 30 cleans, wall walks, snatches, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what the rep scheme was, but it was wall walk, barbell. The goal on this is to either one, pace out your wall walks right from the get-go. So, every 8 seconds or every 6 seconds. I think the elites in that workout were going 1 rep every 5 seconds. So pacing out the wall walks right from the beginning so that you, again, have a little bit of gas left in the tank to execute on those last 7 and 8. So you're going to kind of want to find a second count, so like 8 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that you can consistently just hit each time on those wall walks. So you're up, you're back down, rest for 3 seconds. You're up, you're back down, rest for 3 seconds. And you can kind of just keep moving at that pace. I think the elites actually in the open, if I'm now remembering correctly, were around 6 seconds a wall walk. So, pick your pace on those wall walks. Some of you are going to have to go out a little bit slower than you kind of want to with them. But 26 wall walks is a decent chunk of them inside of roughly probably for most people 8 to 10 minute time frame. So the guys and the girls scores for this workout are going to be drastically different. That 225 bar for the ladies is going to be significantly more challenging to pull and a lot more taxing on the ladies than that 315 is going to be for the guys. So ladies, if you're competing with guys or using guys' scores as kind of like a guide, just remember you guys will likely have a little bit more fatigue going into those cleans, and throughout the rest of the workout probably be a little bit slower on those deadlifts than the guys will. So the ladies are going to have a little bit more variance in what their limiters are on the workout, and that 225 bar can actually become a pretty big limiter for ladies. So pace it well, because you can definitely blow up going into those cleans. Smart sets on it. Don't get greedy on that first round for the ladies, because you can definitely just sit there and rip singles in the round of 14 and have your back completely trashed by the time you get to the 10 cleans. So don't get greedy. Don't rip a huge set being like, oh, I feel great, and then all of a sudden your low back's trash. So smart sets, even if it's triples or triples and then 1 set of 2 on the 14, that will keep you moving through that bar at a good pace so you can still attack the back half of that workout. So guys, that 315 bar is not going to be super challenging. So again, you have to kind of make sure you're paying attention to fatigue going into that 225 bar is the big thing. So the round of 8 looks like it will catch up a little bit on you. So if you're kind of being smart about how you're pacing the first couple rounds of wall walks, where you're 10, 8, 6 seconds, whatever it might be, 6 seconds for elite, whatever it might be, you should be pretty good to just move quick on that round of 8 and not be overly fatigued. But big thing on the wall walks is find that rhythm through 4 steps or 3 steps, whichever you're doing now. 3 steps is actually starting to become standard. Get those done, be consistent, and then head back to that barbell. Rough estimations. I know we kind of chatted about estimations last time. Zach finished the workout, and I believe 6:24-ish was his time, 6:29 maybe. I think that's going to be pretty close to top times. You might see some guys in the 5-minute to 6-minute range, and I think ladies are probably going to be in the 6 to 7, maybe 6:30 to 7:30 range. So again, those are kind of rough estimates. You got to take those with a grain of salt. We don't have a ton of data coming in on these workouts yet. So once we get some more data in, we'll know some more scores. So, be reaching out if you can, or if you need to, if you're on that bubble or that cut line. Definitely would love to help out. But that's kind of the breakdown for this week, guys. It's really just bottleneck workout, either with barbell battery or those shoulder fatigue. So be smart about how you're pacing it. Be consistent with how you're pulling the barbells, your sets on your deadlifts. I would say take this one. Be aggressive on your first go around. Like, bring the intensity. Don't be dumb about your sets, but bring the intensity on the first one, knowing you have a 6-day window here, a 5-day window to recover and attack it again on Wednesday. Make sure you get a good recovery in, make sure you get a good warm-up in, and those are kind of the big takeaways for this workout. So good luck on this last one, guys. I know we have a ton of athletes in a qualifying position, so great job out there, guys. We'd love to, help you out, get you into a qualifying position, and hopefully see you guys in Charlotte. So like and subscribe, and catch you guys in Charleston, not Charlotte.